My amplified unit. Hopefully you guys are already kicking this weekend's ass. As I make this video for you guys, it is early Saturday morning. I hope to get this out to you by Saturday afternoon so you have this video for the weekend. It's just about 10 to 15 minutes-ish, talking about a subject that for some reason we're all turning a blind eye to. We're all shying away from. We're all keeping it swept underneath the rug. We're not paying any attention to it. And that is the fact that Vince McMahon is strongly considering selling WWE as I make this video, as I talk to you guys. We're all talking about Vince pulling his own head out of his own ass and making his company better. We're all talking about AEW coming along and giving Vince competition. What we're not talking about is Vince selling WWE. Whereas in years past, we were thinking, yeah, they're saying it's an option, but highly unlikely. Never gonna happen. But now, as I sit before you making this video, talking to you guys now on May 18th, 2019, I am telling you, it is becoming a reality. The facts are all sitting right there for all of us to view and comprehend. But for some reason, nobody's taking it seriously. Well, I am. I've been. But now, as I start to see these little facts add up and they're not so little anymore, these facts are creating the backbone to what the story is going to be. In the story, the headline is going to read, Vince McMahon sells WWE. It's coming. He's looking for a way out, it seems. It seems now more than ever, and we've seen this trend over the past several years. But now more than ever, Vince seems like he is disengaged, disinterested from WWE. It seems like he has lost all passion. He no longer cares or wants to give any time to the WWE. It's all about XFL nowadays. And we're hearing some interesting rumors about that, but first I want to get to some of these facts. You guys remember back in November of 2016, that's right, 2016, on an earnings call, Vince McMahon was asked if he would ever sell WWE, and Vince responded saying, "We're open to anything." 2016, guys, this was around November, by the way, I believe November 6th or 7th, when he said this. This was around the time where WWE started to take that downward spiral. So we believe that's around the time frame that he was moving on mentally from pro wrestling, not just WWE, and he started the concept once again for XFL. But that was in November 2016. He said, "We're open to anything." Then he reiterated these words towards the end of 2018 with ESPN. So here we are 2 years later. Did anything change? No. He said basically the same words. We're open to hear anything. And then again, he was asked in Variety magazine, which by the way, he's on the cover of in the latest edition, but Variety in the interview asked him if he was open to selling WWE, and this time he responded with, "We're open for business." So that's a little more direct. It narrows it down. What was once broad, we're open to anything, now it's we're open for business. That tells me, just by the wording, that he's taking this way more seriously. But we have more facts. How about the stock that he is selling in droves? You guys realize that Vince McMahon sold $100 million in stock in January 2018. Confirmed to fund Alpha Entertainment, more specifically XFL, $100 million worth of stock. And then another $22 million in December of 2018. And he wasn't nearly finished. On March 29th, that's right, this past March 29th, he sold another $272 million worth of stock. All of this confirmed to be for Vince's new business venture, Alpha Entertainment, more specifically the XFL. So we all thought, oh yeah, if he ever sells it, it's going to be one of those just sell all type deals. No, he is slowly but surely liquidating his stock, BC, don't worry, he's got so much more. You're damn right he does. He's still by far the majority owner of WWE, no question. But guys, when you look at 100 million, 272 million, 22 million here, what's next? 60 million, maybe $120 million going forward. When you look at this, it all adds up. He starts losing more and more of the company until he finally says, fuck it, I'm selling it. Which is probably the game plan anyway. We hear the rumors going around that George Barrios, for those of you that don't know, George Barrios is the chief strategy and financial officer for WWE. And for years, dating back to that 2016 earnings call with Vince McMahon, Barrios was the guy who says, we're listening to every offer. We always are trying to find something to improve and better ourselves. So you can already tell Barrios is in Vince McMahon's ear at all time when it comes to the financials because that's his job. And he's always looking to make the most money. And hey, yeah, we sell the wrestling business, but then we move on to bigger and better things. And we're hearing that Barrios, he goes in, this is rumor, guys. I'm giving you a lot of fact. We still have to find out the exact source of where this came from. But people close to Barrios are saying that he's saying once the XFL becomes a success, Vince is finished with the pro wrestling business and he is selling WWE. Again, rumor now, take that for what it's worth, it's in the eye of the beholder. But that's George Barrios. He's the chief strategy and financial officer. He would know more than any right now what Vince is thinking business-wise. Vince isn't selling any of this stock without Barrios' involvement and knowledge behind it. So George Barrios knows what he's doing. He's been saying for years they're listening to every offer and they're seeking out offers. Now we're hearing that Barrios is saying that if XFL becomes a success, Vince is selling WWE. Stephanie McMahon, what about her? Stephanie told Bloomberg Business just last year, we've certainly thought about it when asked about selling, and she said we'd be foolish not to. Triple H echoed the same exact words, basically, of Vince McMahon. We're always open to hear out any offer, is what Triple H said. So this puts you into their mindset, guys, where they're at, what they're thinking. And when you look at all of that millions of dollars being sold in stock, it's going to add up anyway. So now we are at a point where if XFL is indeed a success, guess what? You're looking most likely at WWE being sold. Now, on that day, a lot of people might throw a fucking parade. Vince finally sold. Now we can finally get WWE to be back on track again. But don't be so sure. Your highest bidder would be what, Walt Disney? What the fuck is Disney gonna do? They're gonna keep that PG rating for a while, and then what? They're gonna put it to a fucking kid rating. What's lower than PG? I don't even know. G? Guidance? Another fucking 7-year-old can guide you and watch it? Maybe it's just a G. Vince selling isn't necessarily the best option for us fans, man. Walt Disney buys this, we don't know what it turns into. Maybe Fox buys it and turns it more edgy, so then that would be good. We gotta look at who the potential buyers are. Right now, you would have to think the Fox company and Walt Disney. But doesn't Walt Disney own Fox or a big part of them, or isn't that the same? But then again, Fox is ran differently too. Walt Disney gives Fox a lot more. Listen, there's so much that goes into this shit. I don't even know who owns who anymore. What I do know is don't be so set and sure about Vince selling being better for all of us. Vince still knows the wrestling business so damn well. The guy, whether you want to hear cute little phrases like Vince isn't a genius, Vince McMahon is a fucking genius. He's the reason all of us are still fans today. Trust me. The guy lost his passion and he lost his way. He's 73 years old and he wants to fucking move on. But the guy didn't lose his mind for the business. He just got stubborn. He doesn't want to listen to anybody and he thinks that his fucking shit don't stink. And he can give us garbage and we'll fucking take it. But the fact that he couldn't just turn it around or let people turn it around, the fact that we got to this point where now he's just gonna sell the motherfucker. I'm not gonna throw a parade. I think that's fucking tragic. I really do, man. It's this business is entrenched. The WWE is the McMahon family, man, and I'm cool with that. I love Shane McMahon. For the longest time, I loved Vince McMahon. Lately, obviously, maybe not the case, but I love Shane McMahon. I think Triple H and Stephanie McMahon have a great mind for the business. Whether they do something with it or not is a different story. Triple H definitely is with XFL, and that's another story. If they sell, does Triple H keep NXT? In other words, Vince McMahon goes over to the XFL and whatever Alpha fucking Entertainment, whatever falls under that umbrella, Vince McMahon is doing that, but maybe Triple H stays in the wrestling business. Maybe he now pumps up NXT to a whole new level. That would be pretty badass. We still don't know what comes of WWE. Under new ownership, one can only think that maybe in a few years WWE becomes non-existent, right? Vince McMahon has been able to hold it for as long as he has, but not caring about this shit anymore has brought it to an all-time low. But who's to say another type of company like a Turner Network, for instance, Ted Turner doesn't buy it, they have some success, and all of a sudden they burn out, they don't know what to do, they panic, and they sell. Or they just completely finish the company once and for all. Who's to say in 5 to 10 years WWE is non-existent if they sell? But shit, you could look at it the way they're going now, they're going to be out of business in 5 to 10 years, right? There's so many fucking things and ways to look at it, guys. Perhaps I'm giving you too much fucking information right now. I don't know. But that's what I get from all of this, is that they're fucking selling, man. The big if here, according to George Barrios, if those rumors are indeed true, but just looking at all the facts too, the big thing here is if XFL is a success, you could pretty much kiss the WWE goodbye as far as under the McMahon leadership and guidance and ownership. But that's a big if. Do you guys really see the XFL succeeding? I'm not trying to throw any shade on any creativity that somebody comes up with. And when somebody's passionate about something, I love that. AEW is an example. They're coming around. I hope they do wonderful. I hope they are madly successful. For all of us. Them in the company, for people in the business, for fans. So I want to see people succeed when they're passionate and creative. But the XFL just looks like something that is destined for failure, just like the first time. It's an oversaturation of football. How much do you need? By the end of the NFL season, I'm exhausted. Then you have college football, and you have arena football, and the CFL, I believe it's called. There's so much, and now the XFL. Who has time for all of this, man? We're barely making the time for all of the wrestling in our lives. From WWE to now AEW. Some people watch TNA. A lot of us watch ROH and New Japan Pro Wrestling. And then we try to get some tickets to some indie events. It's a lot, man. So will XFL even be a success? Will any of this matter? Will Vince McMahon be so stubborn that he liquidates all he has stock-wise in WWE until he tries to make XFL a success? In which case, brings us right back to the top and the point of this whole video. Whether he does it slowly but surely or all in one bang, Vince McMahon is selling WWE. It's happening already. Everybody is waiting for this one big news story. Wow, Vince, no, it's happening. 100 million here, 22 here, 272 million 6 weeks ago. What's next? 60 million, then 120 million. Are we going to get the big bang 350 million? Slowly but surely, Vince is losing all control of his company. He's the majority owner now by a long shot, but it is liquidating. And the XFL is only going to need more and more money as it goes forward. Alpha Entertainment will need more and more money. Good luck with that, Vince. You only have one source. And I can tell you right now, 2020 and going forward, you ain't going to get TV deals like Fox just gave you for $1 billion. There's not going to be a lot of countries offering you tens of millions of dollars to bring your superstars over there to perform. Because the interest will be at an all-time low, as it's already sinking to. Merchandise, ratings, asses and seats, it's all down. This took a direction I didn't want to see it taking. I didn't want to see Vince sell. Honestly, guys, I know a lot of you guys think that's the best thing. Some people are really fucking out on the limb. They go ahead and say, oh, the company will be better when Vince is dead, like CM Punk said. I don't take it to those extreme measures. That's taking it a little too far. I just wanted to see Vince McMahon let his ego, push it aside, stop being so stubborn. 73 years old or not, you know what this business and that company needs right now. You just refuse to do it. I want to see that passion reignited in Vince McMahon. I want to see him give more control to Triple H on the main roster. I want to see guys like Paul Heyman step up and be given bigger responsibilities, because then you know the company will actually be doing better. I didn't want to see it be sold because I'm not so sure that's the best decision. Because then what, guys? You're stuck with a couple of dipshits that barely know the wrestling business, like a Ted Turner or some shit like that, or Walt Disney World. All I'm saying is sometimes what we think is better, if we really think about it, not so much. But anyway, I just gave you guys a lot of information right there, man, with all the millions of dollars that Vince is selling in his stock. The statements from Stephanie, Triple H, and Vince themselves saying that they are open for business. They're willing to listen to all offers. George Barrios saying, hey, what we're hearing anyway, if the XFL is a success, the likelihood of Vince selling all majority shares of that stock and maybe completely exiting the pro wrestling business, it's all gone. Is the XFL going to be a success? It all basically hinders on that, right? But whether it's a success or not, Vince McMahon is selling his fucking stocks at a rapid rate. So even if 5 years from now, Vince closes shop and says, hey, it just was a failure or shit, we'll find out in 2 to 3 years. He may look at what he has left in WWE and realize, wow, that's not a lot left, if anything. So the company as we know it, guys, is changing. Again, it was happening slowly but surely all along, but don't be surprised if one morning you wake up and it's completely fucking sold. And don't be surprised if it's a company like, I don't know, Walt Disney World. And don't be surprised if that PG rating goes to fucking anybody can watch rating. Send your 3-year-old over. He's gonna love watching No Way Jose have a dance party with Santino Marella. That's right. What do you mean you're not excited? What do you mean the ratings weren't huge? We talked about the return of the Cobra and Santino. And he's dancing with No Way Jose. All we're missing is some rosebuds and some lemons. Anyway, that's the state of WWE. Just when you think it can't get any fucking worse. The company may not even exist in fucking 5 years. But then again, if Vince was at the helm and doesn't change, would it exist in 5 years anyway? These are all questions I have for you. Something to ponder for the rest of your weekend. I'm the Amplified Man for now. Look at that, huh? That's fucking... Yeah, baby! For now, we'll check you.